of the mindset of creatives, and that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
The mindset of you and I, the mindset of a lot of other people that are in the creative business, and I'm going to separate it into two parts, Darren. I'm going to separate what we're good at and what we're bad at.
Like it.
Because one overall theme, we'll start with what we're bad at. I think as creatives, let me know what you think of this, but I think we're all in search of magical answers.
Yep.
What I mean by that is, so this got me thinking, I got my role at Carlton Football Club. It was a very abnormal way to get it because when I went for the interview, I didn't know how to properly operate a camera.
I still find that hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny,
Like,
and people
in a great way that they, the one they
Yeah.
trusted you and one you put yourself in that
Exactly.
position.
And people hear that and they're like, well, how did this guy... It just doesn't make sense. His role is to produce videos, but he doesn't know how to film videos.
I'm with them.
And this is my point. They think there must be some magical way I did it. There isn't. I was just super transparent with my skill set, and luckily enough, it comes down to some of it comes down to luck. Like, there's no magical answer. As I said, the people in the room that were interviewing me were great, and they told me after the interview that they're big on hiring the person, not the skill set. So the point to this is, we see a lot of things online, we compare to a lot of people, and as creatives and other people in general, we want a magical answer to something, and it just does not exist. And I think it's actually a bad way to think about it, because the second part to that is the magical answer also relates to finding shortcuts, where I think we're very obsessed and enticed by the possibility of having a shortcut to success.
Yeah. That's all. Like, it's the longevity thing that I alluded to earlier. You literally just want, you just want stuff straight away, and if you don't get it straight away, you're like, maybe it's not for me, or I'm shit, I'm bad at what I do, or I'm changing my business, or I'm going back to square one.
Yeah, and like maybe you can add impatience to what we're bad at because we're not very patient, but it's almost like the hack culture, like the word hack. It's like hack to become a videographer full time, tips and tricks to do this. We're so like attracted to the hack.
It's so true.
And it's weird, right? Like, why? We just don't want to put in the work. Like,
that's attracted to the hack is a great, like, you know how people define our eras or like our generations.
Attract to the hack.
It's not easiest to say, but it's a great
say
thing.
That 10 times.
You just want to, you want to like cheat to success.
We do, and
or skip steps.
Yeah, and they don't often exist, and I guess that's my overarching point. Because to my example, people think there's some magical answer to how I got the job. There's not. There's no magical answer. I was lucky. I was transparent. Be authentic.
It reminds me of, like, if you want the answers to something, it's often the answer you think is the answer. It reminds me of, like, I'm not a gym person, you can probably tell, but people are just like, how do I get a better body?
That's
or
a perfect
whatever.
example.
It's just like, it's what you think it is. It's showing up every day and just doing the work. Like, it's not a secret success. Surely you can do smarter things like eat right or whatever, or the type of gym activities.
We're
whatever.
not that type.
But I'm just trying to say, like, you have to do what you probably think you have to do. Like, there's not much secret. It's just do it consistently.
They already know the answer. But again, why do a lot of people sign up to fitness programs and gyms? Because it's plugged like you'll lose in 10 days. It's a shortcut.
Exactly. And I mean, we're human. If it works, it works, and it actually attracts us if that's the right method. But sometimes it's as simple as just
But we're bad at that. Other things we're bad at that I had down. I think we've talked about a lot about comparison, but we're bad at feeling like we should do something because we see other people doing it. We spoke about it briefly before about seeing someone online saying this is how you find success, and you could drop everything you've done in your business and follow that one person because they've got a blue tick online and they look like they've got their shit together. But we're very bad at following one person's point of view with no proof.
I think so. And it's a tricky one because sometimes those things can actually be like life-changing, but again, do it your way. Like, see that blue tick, see what they're saying, think about it, see if it suits you, your lifestyle, even trial bits of it, and just see if it works for you. If it doesn't, don't think you're not a good person or you're not built for success, but just know that everyone is different in that way.
It is very hard, though, as you said. Like, you got to find what you resonate with, but how do you know? Because some are gurus. I don't hate the word guru, but some are... They know what they're talking about.
They just have a point. They have experience, but it's a great conversation of what we're bad at. But What are we good at?
What are we good at?
keep it
Let's go to
positive.
some positives. Well, I mean, what we're bad at can also be framed to like catch yourself out to turn it into a positive. So that's
Yeah.
not designed to be like, oh, jeez, we are. Oh, jeez. Put some
Mood-
sad music in the background or something.
Mood killer.
What we're good at, failing fast. I love this one. I
Yeah.
think as creatives, and when I say creatives, it could also be like the entrepreneur type of the world that are doing their own thing. Like, they're creatives, true. We're very good at failing fast. And what I mean by that is I think a lot of us, and again, I'm trying to relate this to you and I, because I think it's a skill me and you have, is you've got an idea. I've mocked you in the past about how many ideas you try and just gun
Good and
ho
bad
it.
thing though.
Huh?
It's a good and bad thing.
It is a
though.
good thing, but that's what I'm saying. It's good. You try it, you fail fast in terms of figuring out if it does or doesn't work, and then either you drop it and leave it. Even if you have dropped it and left it, you've learned something from it. So I think me and you and other people, other creators, are very good at trying new ideas and failing because it helps.
I think it's a great topic, the failing fast thing, because like we all get motivated by things, but you don't know unless you try. And if you fail, it's fine.
It's good.
It's honestly fine. What you're gonna? How much fun would it be that if you just decide to do anything in life and you're really good at it? Like, yeah, sure, for the first few things it might be fun, but you're like, well, I'm kind of losing the
Yeah.
satisfaction from it.
True. It's like your Amazon example, to be honest. Like you hear like individuals that are killing it in a certain thing they're doing, but guaranteed they could tell you 5 to 6 things they've tried before where they've failed.
Same with anyone. Same with us.
Yeah.
You've failed. What have you? No, let's jump into failures one time.
Remember Platform, my basketball.
Even I look back at I actually forgot about that, but there's many examples that you look back on, and I guarantee you'll look back on it, even if it was a failure, like it didn't go anywhere. Guaranteed you'll look back on it and be like, you know what, that was cool. I'm glad I did that.
Yeah, no,
I do it with all my projects that I've stopped.
That's what I mean. Like, there's so many Instagram pages that you could find of both you and I. I think you more so, but it's stuff that you've tried.
Yeah, and you like, I will respect you a ton more for trying that and failing it than.
Oh,
Don't be that person. And I feel like us as humans, especially guys, we probably do it a lot. I don't know. You kind of like, if people are doing something that's a bit different or something you wouldn't do, we're very judgmental.
Yeah.
We're very like,
bit of
you
tall
see that-
poppy. It's a tall poppy.
yeah,
in
you see
Australia.
that person, and then I don't know whether it's just me getting older. When someone does that now, I'm always just like grow up. Like, can we be mature a bit? Can we reward that
Yeah.
person for? And I know it's just fun, whatever. But I feel like I'm getting old and grumpy sometimes with like
No,
people
I think it's
that are
just-
like judgmental just because someone's doing something that you are not doing.
Yeah. No, I think it's perspective. Like, I think as 31-year-olds, where you've got more perspective on these type of things, and I wish we all had that at 21, 22, but that's just not the way it works. But no, I totally agree with what you're saying. Respect to anybody that gives something a go.
What else are we good at? Failing fast, is that all you had?
Thriving in chaos.
You had it at the tip of your tongue.
I was
Thriving.
Thriving in chaos.
Nice.
The messiness to particularly sport in terms of things not going to plan. If you can't adapt and run with stuff and also be calm in those situations, I think a lot of us are good at just remaining cool, calm, and collected to a degree when things aren't going to plan. I think we're very good at thriving in chaos. I know a few of my friends, shout out Strange and people who I've worked with in the past, if they could have one word that they'd want their work environment to be, I'd borderline say it's chaos, which doesn't sound healthy, but
Well, he
that's where
actually
they
goes-
thrive.
He goes for it.
He loves it.
But I just like having met Strand. He's got a funny guy, but I can imagine like there's like a really controlled environment. He's just sitting there like bored and like not challenged.
He's just, and that's might be the sporting background. But thriving in chaos is one. Curiosity is a massive word that I talked about in my sports grad presentation. I guess we can call it quite a bit.
Just asking questions, just trialing new
Yeah.
things. Is that what you mean?
I think we're very good at. I mean, that's how we both sort of got to where we are in a way. You're curious about things.
great
You
point.
ask questions. You started off as a graphic designer, but now you're producing shows. You're whatever, mainly video. You're filming. I mean, again, using our stories. We never filmed. We were video editors. You were a graphic
Yeah.
designer. Now we're videographers and video producers.
It's a great point. And then why do you get there? Because you see something you
You're
like,
curious.
and you're like, hey, maybe I could do that. Or what would that
Exactly.
look like?
And a lot of other people, particularly like meeting young creatives, they've got the same trait, and it's a really very good trait. A very good trait.
No, I got what you're saying.
Last one. We're getting better at this in Australia because I wanted to sort of compliment the people that are on the sports grade call. We're getting better at pumping each other up.
Are we? Nah, I suppose we are. Maybe.
Well, yeah, no, it's a good pause you had there, Darren, because there certainly are people that aren't, but you've got to give kudos to people that
Yeah.
are. And there are some people on that call that even if it was someone asking a question and someone else sort of chiming in saying, like, giving him confidence in something. There are a lot of people out there that are very good at it. So I just want to acknowledge that. And yeah, there's always room for improvement. So do more of it.
There is. It's just a funny, yeah. Like, I think you're 100% right. Like what I was saying before, people are judgmental. People are kind of like, hey, that's funny that they're doing this. This isn't hard, or whatever it is. But then the people that actually do toot your horn and actually, it could literally just be a message saying, hey, I like what you're doing. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough sometimes to fill you with confidence to keep going. And the
Yeah.
people, especially on a live call situation like yours, that are willing to, you might not have said a word up until that point, but if you're willing to sort of like,
Even in the chat.
yeah, in the chat, just literally say like, and the more specific, the better sometimes, because then you feel like they're really listening, they're really dialed in, they're really like, they have belief in you. I think you got to give love to the people that actually give love to others.
I agree.
It's a skill, because I think it's very easy to just be negative, and it reminds me of like when you like you send content to someone and to a client or something,
yeah.
and all you get back is like,
Changes.
changes, and sometimes just be like, thanks, this is like, I appreciate the effort here.
Yeah, a hot tip for that, and something I've learned is, even if you've got some feedback on something, start with a positive. Start with, I love this. I love the way it's looking.
Yeah.
Even if you're slightly exaggerating a little, the confidence the person will get from that, starting on a positive than a negative, is
Even if it's not, just say thank you.
yeah, true.
Like, I don't know. I feel like
True.
sometimes it's such a small detail to miss, but people don't do it. It's just like, leave them on blank.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
But to the point of what we're good at and getting better at pumping each other up, you sort of half scoffed that Australia isn't that good. But think about like a basketball community at a local, let's say Summer Jam. What
Yeah,
creatives
true.
are good what creatives are good at in the basketball world specifically, more like the street ball space, I guess you want to call it, like more in the arty sort of type, is everybody with a camera sort of gets around each other because
true.
they've got a connection point and they are good at celebrating each other. Probably some more than others in terms of specific niches, but that basketball, street ball community type vibe is
Atmosphere,
very
yeah.
good. Yeah.
No, that's a great point. The community feel to some of these projects and some of these brands. No, you're spot on. Some people are very good at it, but be better as well.
Yeah. So I hope that helped with the the mindset of creatives, what we're good at and what we're bad at. If you have any thoughts or things to add, I'd love to hear them, because I think it's a great, even though I brought it to the table, just a point of discussion to think about.